Okay, so welcome back to Unbound Being. My name is Roald Bowman. It's been a while since I made any videos. I figured, there's a lot of people out there making all kinds of videos. There's a lot of teachers, gurus and masters and whatever you want to call them. People who make and speak of, teach, explain, do inquiry, meditation. Basically a lot of people out there. You've got people teaching all kinds of things from all different perspectives, and the material that we need to be free of that which is entrapping us, the ego kind of mind, if you wish, that illusory separate self, is really all out there. There's enough information to do that. There's enough deprogramming, if you wish, to just get rid of all that. And I've been around teaching this stuff, and for a while I thought, with a couple of views, and so there's a few people that appreciate, of course, these videos. And so for a while I didn't make any videos. I did write down a couple of titles. I think I got probably about 30 or 40 titles. But I had some people ask me, could I continue making the videos, that they were very helpful, that my perspective did do something. And I must say that that is true for my own history, let's say, from my own experience. From my own experience, I know that the different teachers and the different masters and the different gurus and the different approaches that all of these had a significant way of breaking a particular illusion, or breaking through, let's say, or cracking the shell. So in other words, some masters or some teachers had a specific way of explaining something and giving me insight into that particular, let's say, niche. Right? So they all have a niche. And another one would come from a different angle. And although the separate self ego was hiding behind a certain tree, from that different angle, the teacher would present something and it would hit home, instead of, although the same teacher would have said it for many years, the same kind of thing, it kind of was hidden behind an obstacle, let's say, something that was hiding behind it. And so from another angle, and from another angle, from another angle, from another angle, all these teachers would have a different approach, and that would be valuable to me. So I understand, even though it's maybe only a few people that really appreciate these videos, and it is worth it, even if there's only one, in a way, that hears these videos and that is contributing to freeing that which is not, or freeing that which is from that which is not, then it is helpful. So I've decided to make some video again, so I'll start today with making a couple of them and publishing them in the coming 2 weeks or whatever, and slowly making a few more. I did come to a different place, and I'm going to be a little bit more direct. I think a lot of the poo-pah, a lot of the drama, a lot of the nonsense is because there's a little bit too much compassion, too much, taking in account of this false ego structure. I mean, people don't want to hear that what they think they are is not what they are. That is a false construct. That is actually the cause of all suffering in their lives, and that which ripples out to the lives around them. And so sometimes it's just needed to be, whack. Just get a whack across the head. It's just like the Zen, some of the Zen masters used to do with a stick, And sometimes it's just, whenever that thing comes back and it just wants to, tell its story, like, oh, but and I was in such a great place, and I saw that I am the this, and I am the that, and I am the presence, and I was bathing in this presence, and all was good. And then, but now, I went home, and blah, 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 and all the stories. You hear a lot of that, for example, at Mooji's teachings, with brilliant master Mooji. And on the other hand, many people are allowed too much space in the ego, too much without getting a whack. And so you end up getting hundreds of followers, hundreds of people coming to your teachings, and a lot of crybabies, a lot of people who are not really intent on getting rid of that, because they're not getting whacked enough and said, look, you're either here to get rid of that which is not, in other words, seeing through the falsity, because there is no such thing, that which is not, but the appearance of that which is not, and the appearing of that false entity has to be whacked out. So I'm going to be probably a little bit more straight to the point. I go deeper into some of the material, and I'm not going to adapt the way I speak, because I'm trying to bring it in such a way that it soothes people who might otherwise be offended, because it's too straightforward and too harsh and too to the point. Because we need a little bit to the point, Sometimes teachers have to be, really down to it. Cut all the way to nonsense and just get to the point. And if it hurts the feelings, well, yes, fine, then you're in the wrong place. Go and do crybaby stuff at some other places where they can allow you to be a person who's getting better, who's improving on themselves. This is not the place for that, you know. I never had patience for that. There's no patience in this particular expression. It's almost like, you know, Nisargadatta. You know, and if you see Nisargadatta's videos, you would think the guy was cursing people out, because he's so straight, that he's so passionate and so full of life about the truth, that the untruth is just whacked across. You know, it's just spoken about with such passion. It's not like it's anger. It's not like it's frustration. This is like why some of these the Buddhist drawings you see of some of the deities, some of the real deep Buddhic deities, they have fierce faces, and they might have a sword in one hand and a head chopped off in the other hand, holding a chopped off head by the hair, and then there's other arms coming out here with more weapons and stuff. And it's actually, some of these are compassionate Buddhas. You know, they embody certain aspects of compassion and wisdom and love. And you think, wow, this thing looks like a demon, looks like a monster, a four-armed, you know, killer. Well, it's not because it is anger from a point of view of the ego. It's this deep passion for the truth, which is dismantling that which is not. And so there is almost a despise of the false, of the ignorant, of that which is not. And that which is not is destroying the well-being of that which could be or is naturally by itself already there. So there's a dispassion towards that. There's almost a hatred, you could say. And that's why they are depicted with these, you know, sword and a head chopped off, and it's going to just take your head off. And if you're not ready for that, then go to the crybaby masters who allow all the I'm this and I'm that and I'm changing my life, and 20 years ago I had this realization and all this nonsense, right? We're here, and we're here to see what's true. And I'm going to do these videos a little bit more like that, as I mean, we'll have to see how they come out. But the fact is, there is something in me that just doesn't want to play around with all the nitty-gritty baby stuff anymore. So it's time to take it up a notch and to stand your ground and to be what you are without being, you know, stepped on your toes so easily. And that's the videos that are coming now, a little bit more. So hope to be seeing you around. And even if I'm left with just a handful of people that can follow what I'm saying, it would be an honor to serve those who can hear.